Hi, I'm up front of another store in Grand Rapids. This is Vinyl Alchemy right there. And this is a newer store. It's only been opened like 7-8 months. And it's great. And I just had a really good time in there. And I hope you enjoyed the video of it. It's just a beautiful old store. And the owner is fantastic. In fact, Vinyl Alchemy, that symbol there is, talking about that, he's an old pharmacist. And, alchemy, or the symbol dealt with, turning, ore to gold. And so he thought, well, that's kind of good, gold records, turn the music and maybe it'll turn to gold. So he had an interesting thought behind that, but really neat. Again, it's mostly new. When he opened up, that's all he could get, but now he's getting some older stuff in. So and there were some very interesting things. I found a couple albums I've been looking for. They were reissues, but I have not been able to find them anywhere. So very excited. I did go over my limit, but these were ones that I'd been wanting, so I was pretty excited. So again, this is in Grand Rapids. Really nice store, and just in a beautiful little downtown area. Vinyl Alchemy. Well worth, if you're in the area, coming down and taking a look. So let's enjoy. store tour, and that was a really good store. If you looked in there, just architecturally speaking, with the tin roof, beautiful. The old light fixtures, but the store itself was really well put together. The owner, Kevin, he used to be a pharmacist. And in fact, he was even worked for as like a regional manager, and he traveled around the West Coast, and he would, as he traveled, hit record stores because he's been a long-time collector. So he retired from it and said, what should I do? Might as well open a record store. Isn't that what we all want to do, right? So here's a couple, there's some vinyl Alchemy. And here's his information. You can see, hopefully, there you go. His email address and everything. And for those of you who want to know where it's at, again, it's in Grand Rapids. It's not downtown. It's in one of these little downtown, little smaller downtowns. Actually, it's a really nice area of town. I've been there a number of times to eat dinner. Some great spots. He's in a very good location. Very, very nice area of town. So yeah, it was great. I'd been looking for a Sundays album. They Reading, Writing, Arithmetic. They had reissued it. Couldn't find it. He had one. And the X-Ray Specs. They had their first album. I was able to find that. And then the Seeds. So yeah, it was great. Just spent a lot of time talking with Kevin. It's super nice guy. So well worth, if you're in Grand Rapids area, check out Vinyl Alchemy. Great store. Now, I've got some stuff here that bringing back into my collection, the things I used to have. Let's just begin with Max's in Kansas City. This is the live version. When they were there, the Velvet Underground was playing at Max's. I mean, Max's was the place to go. That's where the hip crowds were. Andy Warhol had like his own table in the back room, and if you were anybody, you were seen at Max's. The vinyl on this, kind of a beautiful little pink. This is the expanded, separate colored vinyl. Wow. So this is the expanded version of this album. Now, I do have an original of this album. Not only do I have an original, there's the original, but I lost the cover during the flood, so I bought another one. And now, the stupidity of it all, this thing has like 10 tracks on there, and this one has 15 tracks. One album set, 2 album set. But like, here, this one on one side, they have 6 songs. They cut it down to 4 songs. They cut it down to 4 songs per side on this. So let's make it into a 2 album set, and we'll just cut back the songs. And there's like Lonesome Cowboy Bill, version 2. I really don't even need version 1 of that song, but still, there it was. Part of the Rhino. It's Velvet Underground. I'm not a completist, but there's a couple groups. I will buy pretty much anything. Cramps, Velvet Underground, probably Iggy and the Stooges. Not necessarily the Iggy Pop stuff, but Iggy and the Stooges. But there's only 3 albums, so what the hell. But yeah, so nice to have. Then, here was one. This one. Rock'n'Dupsy. That's how he pronounces it. So this album, Rock'n'Dupsy. Looks like Dopsy, but I believe they pronounced it Dupsy, if I remember right. This was the very first Zydeco album I ever bought. And the reason why is I had this book, and I rebought one after the flood, Rolling Stones Record Guide. And in here, they have, I saw this, 5 stars on this album. And it says, the hottest Zydeco band in the land, led by Dupsy, great accordion and soulful vocals, produced by Sam Charters for the Swedish label Sonnet, and licensed for release here by Rounder. This is a must. I knew nothing about what Zydeco was. Not a clue. But that had 5 stars. And I remember I was looking and you know, I couldn't find it. Yeah, again, you're talking early 80s. Isn't that a beautiful label? I really like that. And there was just no finding this. And I finally went to a record show in Des Moines, Iowa. And there it was. It was like, oh, you know, lights coming down, and it was, yeah, and I saw and I heard a voice from on the high, and it says, "You must buy this. I don't care how much. You must buy." And I did. It didn't cost a lot. It still doesn't cost a lot. This was my first jump into Zydeco, and I've been a fan ever since. It was so good. And Rockin' Dempsey was just really good job. Now, he doesn't have many albums in the United States. In the UK, he has a lot of them out there, but not in the US. In fact, I'll talk about this later. He just brought this in. It's one of his albums that was available in the US, but to get most of it, you have to pay a ton of money to get it over from the UK. So for whatever reason, didn't get big. You know, you had Clifton Chenier, Buckwheat Zydeco. They were putting out all the stuff. He never got a lot of attention. It's a great accordion. He plays a little smaller accordion than some, but I just totally so excited. I thought, I need to get that back in because this really was everything for me on Zydeco. So super, super happy to have that back. Then when I was at Vinyl Alchemy, they had this. This is a 2003 Italian reissue. They sing in Italian. Okay, they don't. But wouldn't that be something? But yeah, I don't know how well Italian pressings are. I couldn't tell you a thing about them. But it's the seeds. I had one of these. I had a record store day one that had come out a few years back. And, well, obviously that's gone. It's a little creased up here. You could see that. But, I mean, such a classic of garage rock, you know, pushing too hard. But the whole album's really, really good. Do I need any other seeds? I don't think I do. This is the one I wanted. And so I'm pretty much happy with that. So very happy to find this at Vinyl Alchemy and put that back in my collection. I ordered this off Discogs. The replacements. Please don't tell a soul. I don't know why. I don't think I was drinking that night or anything. I just, hey, I don't think I have that. So I ordered this and got it in. And as I was putting it in, I found that I own it already. Yeah. And it was listed in Discogs. I just didn't bother looking. I was going, maybe I have that. Nah, I don't think I have that. So I ordered it. And I spent money for something I did not need. Now, this is the one I had first. The one I got in is cleaner. So, we will justify this by saying, I have upgraded my copy of this. And, yeah, as vinyl collectors, justification is a big part of what we do. We have to justify everything. And, of course, this had the hit on here, you be me and I'll be you. You would think you could put the song titles on there, right? Give this Surfer Joe. Anywhere's better than here, asking me lies. I'll be you. I'll be you is the name of the song. Really like that replacement song. Thing is with this replacement album, this is now, things are really changing. Paul Westberg, he's really taken over the big time with the writing and how the sound of the group is, and it's really mellowed out. I had a little bit of problem with this album when it came out. God, it just doesn't have that excitement of Tim and Let It Be. It's a lot quieter. But he was learning how to write songs, and so good album. Didn't need it. Better copy. And then this guy, I got this. Jesus Christ, Superstar. Who in the hell do you think you are? I don't think it goes like that, does it? I don't know. So, I really liked this. Now, I remember as a child, when this came out, at that time, there was Godspell was coming out. And this is the time of the Jesus freaks that were running all over the place. Hippies that had suddenly found God. And so off they went. And I had an original that had a different book, a smaller book, that had all the lyrics in there. Unlike this one, who does not... Yeah, I guess it does have all the lyrics in here. Okay, it does have all the lyrics. Bigger, so it's made for me. So, of the two, you know, as a church group, we went and we saw Godspell. We did not go see this one. And I had a hard time with this one at the start. Here we go again. Why does Steve have a hard time with Jesus Christ Superstar? We have these Roman guys running around in Nazi helmets. It's like, God, really, why are they in Nazi helmets? Yeah, I know the Romans are supposed to be bad, but Nazi helmets? Yeah, it seemed grittier, and they had tanks and stuff, and Godspell was more hippie. You know, that was just like a bunch of hippies jumping around. That's kind of now, as I look at it, go, God, I really don't like Godspell. It's just, I like this one much better. And the music on here is very, very, very good. Definitely a rock opera. Definitely a ton better than Godspell. At the time, yeah, I said we saw Godspell in the theater. Hey, that was neat. Yay! But this is the one. And so I finally was able to, you know, saw this really good price on clearance, brought it back in, and very, very happy that I did because, yeah, it's very good music. Most of you probably know that already. So happy to have that back. So that's some of the stuff that I used to have that I brought back into my collection that has made me so happy. So thanks for hanging out. Thanks for doing this record store tour with me. Hope you enjoyed that. I know I did. And have yourself a great rest of the week. See you Sunday. Bye.